Have you ever looked up into the sky and wondered what would it be like if meat just fell from the sky? Well, if you have, you're not alone. In fact, there was a case where this actually happened, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. It was the year 1876, and a woman named Mrs. Crouch was working in her garden in a small community called Olympia Springs in Kentucky. It was the morning of March 3rd, and she was doing the things that ladies of the time would do while wearing a long skirt and a bonnet. You know, tending to her flowers, that sort of thing. But suddenly she noticed something strange. Coming from a perfectly clear blue sky, she saw small, reddish chunks fluttering down like snow. At first, she thought maybe they were leaves, but they were moving too erratically. Then she looked up and saw hundreds more falling and coming straight for her. And when they hit the ground, she noticed that they were soft and bloody. Soon, the ground, the fences, and even the nearby trees were all covered in this bloody mush. And it was then that she called out to her husband, who came running along with several neighbors. At first, everyone was disgusted, but their curiosity soon got the best of them. A few brave souls even tasted it and claimed it was either mutton or venison. The event was eventually reported in newspapers all across the nation and became known as the Kentucky Meat Shower. Scientists were called in to investigate, but they couldn't agree on what had happened. The most popular theory came from a doctor who suggested that a flock of vultures had feasted on a dead animal mid-flight and then regurgitated the meat while flying over Mrs. Crouch's farm. Since vultures often vomit to make themselves lighter for flight, this could explain the rain of flesh. However, no one could say exactly what animal the meat came from, and the samples that were taken either vanished or rotted before they could be properly tested. So, to this day, the rain of meat remains one of the weirdest, most unsettling weather events ever recorded in American history, an unsolved mystery that left a Kentucky farm literally covered in gore. Now, I don't know about you, but that is one heck of a strange story. I mean, I've heard of rain and I've heard of snow, but this is just ridiculous. Imagine looking out your window one morning and seeing nothing but meat falling from the sky. You'd probably think that the end of times was here. Well, folks, that's all we have for you today. If you enjoyed this episode and want to hear more stories like it, then be sure to stay tuned for more updates. Until next time, my friends, stay curious and keep an eye on the skies for falling meat.